Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. You can find us in Campbellville, Ontario. We have rescued chickens, pigs, and cows and goats. We've got plenty more farmed animals, big and small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Happily ever after Farm Sanctuary.
I did that.
Oh,
So
no.
brutal. So brutal. So brutal. I need like a string attached to my finger with that button so that I can wheel it in.
Oh,
and I muted it.
God.
I muted it before because the machine was just here and it was beeping and they were backing up and doing all sorts of things.
That is so funny.
Oh my gosh, that button is going to be the death
God,
of me.
it's bright out
If
here.
you are a producer and you want to help us out on a daily basis with reminding to unmute ourselves, that would be wonderful. We hope you're having a wonderful day.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay coming in. People are laughing at us, saying, "Oh yeah, that stupid button." I know. Okay, so we have some bad news to share. It's it is a privilege and our honor to serve the farm every single day and have the support from everybody. But with the joy comes sadness, and somebody once told me that a sorrow shared is half the sorrow, and double joy. A shared joy is double joy. So with that, friends, we have to say goodbye to a resident whom you all love and everybody knows. I'll try not to bumble this up here. Yammy.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yammy. Yammy was rescued in September of 2015, and sadly we said goodbye to Yammy yesterday. So R.I.P. to Yammy. Yammy came here with what we assume was her brother. We're making some assumptions, and Steve can tell you a little bit about their backstory.
Yeah, Yammy and Moose, they were the sweetest little sheep. So they were actually found in what's known as a dead pile. So a lot of times if animals on commercial farms are of ill health, especially when they're babies, they are removed from the herd and they're culled. And sometimes that just means putting them out and allowing them to pass away. And that's what had happened to Yammy and Moose. And they were actually picked up by somebody driving by that noticed that they were still very much alive. So they stopped and picked them up and brought them home and nursed them back to health. And very kind people raised Yammy and Moose for about a year and a half, right? Before they came to live with us here. So they had a rough start in life, but we're very, very fortunate to know kindness from that point onward. So we were very lucky to spend quite a few years. Yeah, and we're going to miss her very, very much, and I'm sure Sweet Moose will as well. Is still with us and still with the herd, but today is our first day without Yammy, so things are a little bit different around the farm.
Yeah, she leaves behind best friend Moose.
Yeah, and the rest of her herd. She was. They get really, really tight and really, really close. It's really adorable to see how the sheep interact and live together. So I know she's going to be dearly, dearly missed. And sweet Gladys, they were often found laying together in the barn and having a little snuggle. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know that Yammy spent a few months with a special walking device to help her get around. She was a real fighter, and even though her body started to fail her, she was still very quick to get out and about and start cruising around as soon as she got her wheels on. So we're going to miss her very much, and I know a lot of you guys will as well. So thank you very, very much for loving Yammy the way we did for the last number of years. I know she felt it. So
Run free, sweet Yammy.
yeah. So, but even though that's part of the sadness of having so many animals around you is for every hello you have to say a goodbye, unfortunately, at some point. So
Some folks were checking, asking about Hope. Hope lost her best friend Farley not too long ago, and here you can see Hope is cuddled up with a teddy bear. And Hope struggled.
Her snuggle buddy.
Hope had, her snuggle buddy, exactly. Hope had a stroke, and Hope is on palliative care right now. And we're doing everything that we can to make sure that she remains healthy. So that is the update on Hope. For anybody that was looking to maybe perhaps help us with Memorial Trail and help with the expenses, the afterlife expenses with Yammy and Farley, you can head on over to happilyeverester.ca, and you can make a one-time donation just by clicking on the donate, and there's an area where you can enter into if you're going to dedicate the donation to somebody, or if you wanted to have a bluebell planted along Memorial Trail, you can certainly do that.
So that's a great segue into some little bit happier news. We can get into a couple of questions
Absolutely.
here. Christina wanted to know if she was able to make donations, whether it be to Memorial Trail or anything else, directly from Facebook. Is that something we can do? I know that Facebook has that set up. I don't know if we've set up for that or what we do.
Yeah, you can absolutely donate from Facebook. There are different methods. You can actually set up a peer-to-peer donation, like where if it was like say your birthday, or if you want to collect donations for a special occasion and then have them forwarded to Heaths. The easiest way, of course, to donate to Heaths is just to go to the website happilyeverester.ca, and you can click on donate, and there is a litany of ways that you can donate. So thank you very much for that question.
Sheila wants to know, how long does one bale of hay last for Pouty?
Let's turn this way so that the wind is blocking
Out of our face?
Yeah, the wind and sun. How long does a bale of hay last for Pouty? So it depends if it's just like the 2-string bales that you can carry on your own. They're about 40 pounds, 35 to 40 pounds, or if it's one of the big rounds, which are around 900 pounds. So in the winter, when the ground is covered and there's not much left to eat in terms of foraging, because the leaves would be off the trees, not able to be eaten, and the ground's covered or frozen, they would eat a 900-pound bale about every 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
And
crazy.
So, and that was between Denver and Pouty. So about 900 pounds every 6 days.
Isn't that nuts? Ashley wants to know, when will public visits be open again? Woo, good question.
Not for the foreseeable future. We're going to hold and maintain. We're coming into a very difficult time of year, winter, that is. So we are just going to be holding and maintaining, and we'll see how everybody does through the winter. We, of course, hope that everybody remains safe and that your families are healthy.
And that's typical for the sanctuary as well. Even when before things went crazy, we always kind of shut things down for the most part in the winter. Right? It was a couple of work days here and didn't do a lot of public tours. But yeah, hopefully we'll see a little bit more of an open schedule by spring next year as we get into the typical tour season. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's been a weird couple of years.
Go ahead. Yeah, next question.
More questions?
If you have a question and you'd like it to get answered, what you have to do is you can type it in the comment feed below, and one of our kind admins that help keep this a safe space will take the questions and they will email them to us, or they may answer them for themselves. Sometimes we'll answer the questions right away, and then other times the admins will not answer, and because they might think it's a good question for the bag. And sometimes questions are not appropriate for the bag, so we remove those out of the bag.
Naughty.
Yes. Those of you that would like special calendars fashioned, that's why we're not answering those questions.
Yeah. Those who asked boxers, briefs. No, I'm
And
just kidding.
questions and questions that pertain directly to Esther the Wonder Pig are usually reserved for her channels. So, yeah.
Lori wants to know, have you ever found any indigenous artifacts like arrowheads on the Heath's property? A friend in Indiana finds them every so often on their farm after tilling the ground. That's a great question, because we are on indigenous territory here. Well, I mean, I guess all of us are. But we have just around the corner from us is a conservation area called Crawford Lake. And within this conservation area, they have a full village that has been rebuilt with the longhouses, and it's really, really incredible. So there was a lot of that in this area, which means there is a very good chance we could find something on the property. We have not yet, but we do keep an eye out for it, because I think that would be the coolest thing. So yeah, fingers crossed we do at some point.
It's cold. I don't know where you are tuning in from, but it is chilly, and I'm a little underdressed. I'm just a bit chattery.
What's deceiving, from inside, the sun is out. As you can see, the sun is super bright today, and it feels like it's been cloudy here for the last 2 weeks, so none of us are adjusted to it. Derek's all squinty. I got my glasses on. It's super bright out here, but that wind is cold. The north wind, winter is on its way, so that's not as exciting. Next question here, Janice. How's Angelo? Will he be able to stay with you and his flock? Great question.
Yeah, Angelo is doing okay. I mean, it's not the perfect scenario. I mean, a lot of times none of this is, and we're just
Making the best.
doing course corrections. And so, for those of you that don't know, Angelo has a disease that he can infect other herd animals with. And so we're being very cautious with that right now, and he's under the watchful eye of our amazing team of caregivers and veterinarians, Dr. Sarah, and they're coming up with a scenario where he will be able to return to the herd, and we'll just have a quarantine space for him for when these abscesses show up.
Yeah, it's only contagious when he has one of the wounds, correct? Like, otherwise it's not, doesn't pass on in feces or anything like that, right? Or by sharing water. It's
Correct.
When he's sick.
It's in pus. It is cold.
Yeah, that wind is freezing. From Preet Steve, can you please write more adult books? Not X-rated.
Oh my.
If you know what I mean. I would love for you to write a book on Heath's couples. Steve and Derek, BJ and Escalade, and other animal pairings. You bring so much love into this world. Thank you. That's actually a very clever idea, the animal companions and the interesting kind of some interspecies relationships, and even just, like you said, BJ, Escalade, and who do we have any sheep and goat weird things?
Everybody thinks it's
Yeah.
so easy to write a book, and it's one of the most difficult things that we've ever done to date. I think. I mean, you
I talk
you
a lot.
were in it.
70,000 words is still a lot.
You were you were in the thick of it way more than I was, but I know how much time and effort went into it, and it's not something that you can just roll out and do in a couple of weeks. It's like a year and a half to plan something and get it out, and that's provided that all goes to plan. So that's a good question.
Yeah, it is a
you
great
never,
question.
You never know what is coming. Like, folks, it's time to play Steve's favorite game. Who is it?
Oh, dear.
No, he's got to get right up here and look. Okay, so this one's
pretty easy, I
This
think.
one's an easy one. Yeah, this one's an easy one. So, what am I doing? So let's see. So you have to figure this out. Can I make it smaller and put us both on screen, or do you need it here?
Yeah, that's okay, I think. Yeah, you can make it smaller.
So let's see if I can.
Or you might have to look up my nose if I have to get close.
There we go. You take the whole camera.
Take the whole camera.
There you go. All right, friends. It's a fun game that we like to play with Steve.
Hilarious.
And all right, so do you know who any of these residents are, Steve?
Well,
Come on.
I hope so. Okay.
All right.
Is Richard.
So let's.
No, we're gonna change it up. I'm going from the back. So we got Richard there on the bottom right-hand corner, right? Yeah, that's Richard.
I'll make it bigger here.
And we have Donna, right? Is that
Uh,
Donna or is that
I think that is Donna.
Yeah?
Yeah.
that's Donna?
I think that's Donna.
Okay.
You know G.
That looks like Mama, I think. I can't see the
Yeah.
wrinkle face though, because
Oh, we're gonna catch up here with the doorbell and make all the
Okay.
doors.
I looks like I'm seeing a nick out of that ear, so I have to say that's Hercules.
Oh, it is super hard to tell.
Well, it's got a white stripe.
Oh
too,
yeah,
so it has to
I
be
see Hercules' tusks.
Yeah.
So there we, I see those coming out.
Okay, well this one's silly. It's Denver.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's Abraham or Luann.
Oh.
Abraham. I think it's Abraham.
Yeah, I think it's Abraham too, because Luann has an ear tag, I think.
Oh, correct. Yes, she does. Why does she have them? Why haven't we taken that out yet? I guess that's a different question. Somebody should ask that question for the rainbow bag next week. Why does Luann have a
I
tag?
know that face.
That is. I can't tell if there's a stripe there or not.
I know, it's so hard.
so
He's dirty.
If there's a belly stripe, then that would be Tim.
Okay.
And if there's not a belly stripe, then I believe that's Brindle.
Yeah, so we'll accept both of those. So that's right. Yeah, this I don't know who that is specifically, but you described both of them very
Yeah.
well. And it's,
So this is Hope.
yes, this is
Is
Hope.
Hope?
Yep. We're
A. I don't know. A. It's not Benedict. It's not. Tulips Pass. Who?
oh, let's see if they know in the comment feed.
I'm a little bit.
Put it down who you
stumped
think it
on
is
this
in the
one.
comment feed below. We only have a few
Do you have the cheat
rabbits.
card there? Pull up a cheat card. You have a cheat card somewhere.
We only have a few rabbits.
Derek will get the answer
Okay,
for us.
so
Wait,
here
no,
we
don't
are.
Let me see if anybody in the. Oh, that we've been told Luann does not have a tag anymore. I thought that. I was like, why did she? So I thought we take them out. Nancy? Is it Nancy? No.
D is Abraham.
Cooper. It's Cooper.
It is Cooper.
Oh, yay!
So you're gonna get a buzzer and a bell. there on
Joyce,
that one.
thank you, Joyce.
Uh,
Was the first person I saw in the comment feed identify.
yeah, we're squinting.
Handsome
We're
Cooper.
we're looking at a scratched screen and
And a sun's on
and
it,
a
so it's all.
sun,
I'm gonna
we're
blame
like-
that. That's what I'm gonna
we're
blame.
gonna-
The
we're gonna-
reflection from the sun.
we're gonna blame. We're not gonna take any accountability.
Okay, we have a question here from Jen. She wants to know who's the friendliest, the grumpiest, and the loudest resident.
Oh, they're all right here in front of us. They're so there you are.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
Friendliest, grumpiest, loudest. I have my grumpy days.
I'm not the loudest.
Derek has
I
no-
am definitely not the loudest.
No, friendliest. Who would you say is the friendliest? I would have to say that is probably. I think Mama, because Mama comes running anytime anybody walks by the fence and wants a visit, and she wants to say hello, and she loves her little snacks. And
She's the friendliest with me, I think.
yeah, I think Mama's pretty damn friendly.
The
The grumpiest would.
there's a lot of curiosity from a lot of the residents. So, and yeah, Ray is a real sweetheart recently.
Ray
I'm
is a
noticing
sweetheart.
Ray really start to shine.
So is Abraham. Abraham
Bobby
really loves
girl
attention.
is so beautiful, and she just looks for attention. That's a tough question.
Yeah, that is a tough question.
And who's the grumpiest?
Yeah, who's the grumpiest? I mean,
Moby's kind of grumpy sometimes,
yeah.
and also
Diablo's a bit
Joseph?
aggressive, but he's not.
Joseph is
He's really
super-
not, believe it or not, grumpy. Diablo. He's a lovely boy. He's a bit aggressive and forceful with his horns, but he's really a sweet goat. So yeah, grumpiest is not Diablo. Loudest, probably Angelo.
yes,
Aside from like decibel wise, it would be BJ.
yeah, for sure,
But for the most vocal, perpetually vocal, Angelo.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
That was a
friends,
great question.
we're going to give you an auction update. It's time for a quick auction update. We had a live auction, we had a silent auction, and those events ran for the live auction was one night only, and the silent auction ran for 2 weeks, and we had just under 1 million items that were collected from around the world that we put up for auction, and we had folks from all around the world start to bid on stuff. And here is the final tally. Oh, that was $16,765. Amazing and amazing. contribution. Thank you so much for everybody for bidding and playing along, and especially thank you to those people that kept raising the bid of the person that was just under them and kept bidding that person up. Some of those
Who's that?
things.
Slippery
Oh,
Slippery Barbara.
Slippery Barbara. I actually didn't check to see if Slippery Barbara was there
Oh,
raising the
Slippery
bid right
Barbara.
at the very end, putting
Yeah.
her bid in, keeping it going. Oh, hilarious. So thank you so much. $16,765 is going to go a long way. Especially thank you to everybody that donated items. Without your support, we would not have been able to do that event. One event that's coming up, and I know you're all looking forward to it, is the...
Pumpkin Smash.
Oh my gosh, Steve can read. Richard is looking forward to the Pumpkin Smash, and so is Alexandra Pumpkin for obvious reasons. You would already know about the Pumpkin Smash if you had signed up for the newsletter.
Uh-oh.
To sign up to the newsletter, stay up to date with Sanctuary news and events, head on over to happilyeverester.ca/newsletter and fill it out. Give us all your information, including your credit card information if you're going to start a monthly donation. But we are going to smash pumpkins all across the Heaths Fields, and we need your support. Head on over there and get your pumpkins, and we are going to smash them all over the place on October 31st. I think it's at 1 p.m. if I'm reading correctly. It is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to email everybody the link. It's a virtual event only. So we are so looking forward to that. Any more questions in the question bag, Steve?
Oh, yes. Do we use any cream on the piggy's dry skin? This is from Addie.
Do we what?
Use cream, moisturizing cream.
Oh, look at there's Angelo playing with his trampoline. Sometimes we use moisturizer. We'll use like zinc, like a zinc oxide cream for like diaper rash that you would use on humans. You can use on them. You can use coconut oil. We've had mixed results with coconut oil, and then just any like over-the-counter like Aveeno stuff with oatmeal in it is really great for the pigs.
And we have a couple questions here about integration.
Okay.
So somebody wants to know if Captain Dan was being scrappy during integration, and when you're integrating a new resident with cows, chickens, sheep, goats, rabbits, peacocks, etc., are they just as what does it say? Oh, I've dropped
It's gone.
Do they have a hard time like the pigs, or do they just accept each other? And another question here says, is it difficult to integrate new residents of other species beside pigs? So same question twice.
So the species, it depends on the species. Yeah, there's a hierarchy that exists amongst all species, and you have to be really aware of it when you're introducing new residents. So the pigs, yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult because the pecking order and the hierarchy starts to shift the second that you add somebody new. And also, you know, if there was no fights happening between the herd before and everything's kosher, a whole bunch of fights might erupt in between when folks realize that now is their chance to step up on the social structure, and a lot of moves. It's a big chess game.
Somebody who was super calm and docile before all of a sudden becomes super scrappy because they don't want to be at the bottom of the herd. So that's it. That was the end of our questions.
Ooh, that's the end of the questions. If you have a question you'd like answered for next week, please put your questions down in the comment feed below. This photo was captured. And then we have Mr. Escalade. I'm going to make it the full screen because it is a really special photo.
Aww.
And Gladys and Escalade seems super curious about what Gladys is up to, and maybe about why Gladys is wearing a coat. This is a wonderful piece that it just goes to show you how much the team here are looking after the residents. Andrea made this coat for Gladys, and it has a special designed pouch in it for a pillow so that it keeps Gladys comfortable. It keeps her keel comfortable. So she was getting a keel sore, like a belly sore.
I would like pants with a pillow.
Yeah, I think so too. Captain Dan and Pumpkin, Alexander Pumpkin, have been caught nuzzling very close together. This is super sweet. You were asking about Oksana and Captain Dan. All right, you ready for this? Check out this Nest Cam. We have Nest Cams in the barn, and we have Alexander Pumpkin and Captain Dan, and then Oksana laying adjacent to them. So she's feeling more comfortable now. Check out this photo. Oksana right in the stall, right in one of our smaller spaces, a 12 by 12 stall, the two of them. But Captain Dan is he's right close to the door. He's not sure of himself during this one. And Oksana, again, in a different sleeping arrangement. These are old herd mates. They have all come from the same farm, Farm X, and there is a chance that there's some mummy and daughter action in this photo. We've got Oksana, we have Fiona, Jolene, and Alexandra Pumpkin. It is just a beautiful sight to see everybody accept Oksana or not accept her, and how everybody is dealing with that. So welcome Oksana to the herd. It makes us so happy. We just bubble over it at our weekly meetings. An amazing photo that came up. You don't see this group together like this often. This is a family reunion. It's April, and all of her kids. There are 2 social groups that exist now with this family, and it's very rare to see them all together like this. And I don't know who captured this photo, but we have so many wonderful volunteers and staff that take amazing photographs all week long, and we thank them so much for everything that they do to keep these pages fresh and keep capturing all of the moments that you don't get to see on a daily basis, or that I don't get to see. I am sometimes going to our internal pages and seeing what everybody is up to. Right now, being the last quarter of the season, we are starting to think a lot about next year. We are starting to think a lot about Holiday Magic fundraiser, which is coming up very, very fast. It is, of course, our end of the year fundraiser where we raise the capital for operating expenses and a few fun things in between, such as buildings, a zip line.
No zip line.
No zip line.
No zip line.
No zip line. I think we've covered
That's
it
it.
all.
That was lovely. Well, happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah, we hope that you're having an awesome week, and we really appreciate you tuning in every single week to check out the Barnside chats. I'm just scrolling through my screen
video
to make sure that we did. No, we took up all of the time today. We have to
talked
keep
too much.
Them.
It's me. I talked too
It's
much.
27 minutes in, and there's not time for a video exit here. So, friends,
Something to look forward next Monday.
Actually, next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
There is something special happening next Monday. We're not going to be doing the Barnside chat, but we are going to cliffhang you here with somebody that will be joining you on Monday for the next Barnside chat.
We'll be watching.
Thank you so much, friends. My name's Derek. This is Steve.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.